So why, to be a probation officer, do you need to have psychometric testing as a part of your assessment? In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why they do it and how you can prepare. So one of the reasons why they do psychometric testing as a part of your assessment if you want to be a probation officer is just because of the depth of the job. You are working every day with people who have experienced trauma in their childhood, trauma in adulthood, those who have serious mental health issues that are not being addressed. They have committed serious crimes, serious violent crimes. We're talking murder, we're talking rape, we're talking deceitfulness. You are working with this section of the population. You are not only working with them to build and develop your professional relationship with them, to help them move forward and change their behaviours and start seeing things from a different perspective and start moving away from their criminal behaviours or their unhelpful or unhealthy thought patterns. To be able to do that, you do need to be able to understand what is leading them to think that way, act in that way, behave in that way. But you've also got to make really important decisions, which may be decisions about contact with their children, contact with the victim, contact with ex-partners. You may have to make decisions about whether or not someone gets returned to prison, a decision on what their prison sentence should be, what their sentence plan needs to be. So once they're in prison or once they're on probation, what actually do you need to do with them to make the rehabilitation and public protection effective? So with all these decisions, when they're employing you, they need to be sure that you can make sound decisions, that you're not basing your decisions on assumptions or opinions, and that you know how to mitigate these things. So you know how to you know that you're a human being and you can be open to obviously having judgments and opinions, but it's what do you do with them? How do you learn from them? How do you not let that affect your professional decision making? So a lot of it is kind of looking at your natural way, you know, are you naturally empathetic? That can be a strength for you, but that can also be a weakness. If you're very sensitive to things, that can be a really good strength and a really good weakness. You know, there's lots of strengths and weaknesses, and they just want to see what kind of person are they going to have working with the most, you know, dangerous sections of the population. So this is why they need to do psychometric testing. There's not really any right or wrong way to prepare. I would just say be as much true to yourself as possible. It helps in general to do like journaling, so you are understanding yourself more and how you deal with things, how you deal with people, so you kind of get to know yourself a bit more, which is also something I would say is to carry on as you be a probation officer. But psychometric tests are there. There've been lots of research into actually how well they work. You might not like them, you might not enjoy them, but looks like they're there to stick around because they have been effective in knowing, is this the right person for that job? Is this person going to last in the job? They don't want to train you and then leave because you're not the right person for the job. So I hope that helps. If you've got any questions, put them below. You can find me on Edward's Tutoring on Instagram, also on TikTok, Psychology Tutor, where I share stuff about probation, doing your uni degree, so essay skills for psychology and criminology. And I also have an essay skills course for psychology criminology students if you really want to try and boost your grades. And not only will it help you boost your grades, but it will help you when you get to the assessment and you have writing time. It will help you when you do your job as a probation officer, because there's lots of writing and analytical writing that you really need to be good at. Another key thing that you need to know about the psychometric test is it is testing your ability to cope, how well you cope under pressure, you know, how driven you are, how much you will persist with a task, because these are things as a probation officer you are going to be working under pressure. You've got all these decisions to make on multiple different service users on your caseload, multiple different decisions to make with professionals. You've obviously got your own life going on and you are coming to work. So it really just tries to capture that. So even though there's not really much you can do to prepare, you can prepare in terms of really understand what kind of person they're looking for to be a probation officer. So things like, you know, even watching these videos, just to understand exactly what the job entails, what the job involves. So you can really start to see inside what life is like as a probation officer, so you can try to understand what it is they're looking for. You can prepare, so at the moment the one that they're doing is Skyrise, and they will tell you on your application form what one you're doing, but just things like practically, you know, make sure that you're doing it from your computer, that you are that you have no distractions. All of those like practical things are just going to help you concentrate and get in the zone when you're doing it. And then I would say the last thing is just always read the instructions in depth. And again, it shows that you can read information, interpret information, follow instructions, no matter how detailed they are. You just want to make sure that you haven't just rushed it because you will just want to get on with the game. Like, actually read it fully and properly. So I hope that helped you understand why they do psychometric testing for this role. And if you are doing it, good luck. Let me know in the comments how you're getting on.